As time passes on, I see all this stuff on the news talking about some World War III, World War III, World War III, World War III. And I see all these people on the internet talking about giving all these elaborate plans, these 50-page essays about what they finna do, about how they finna respond. And it's like, yo, this is World War III we're talking about. This is World War III. And it's like, World War III probably, I'm not gonna say probably, most definitely, that's gonna have nuclear bombs. And it's like when nuclear bombs are launched, right? It makes everybody have the military uniform on, if you catch what I'm saying. It's like nobody's safe in a nuclear war. Nobody's safe. Nobody's safe in that type of situation. Nobody's safe in that type of scenario. It's like, it doesn't matter if you enlisted or not, bro. You still have the same chances as I do. Once some bombs are launched, everybody's a target. Once some bombs are launched, everybody's a target. Once some bombs are launched, everybody's a target. So it's like when I hear all these people give like these elaborate plans, it's like in my mind, the only thing that you need to rely on is God, bro, in that situation. God forbid that situation from happening, but it's like the only thing that you need to truly rely on is God. It's God in that situation.
We are following up tonight on a St. Louis County lawmaker's call to pay people $1,000 bounties for turning in undocumented migrants in Missouri. Fox News' Andy Banker shows us the plan that is drawing major pushback tonight.
David Gregory is a Republican state senator-elect from West St. Louis County. He campaigned heavily on border issues, not Missouri-Illinois, Missouri-Arkansas, Missouri-Iowa borders, but the U.S. border with Mexico. His critics say this latest plan of his is way over the line.
I'm David Gregory. I went to the border.
Back in March, Gregory put out a campaign video of his visit to the U.S. border in Arizona. He told me then about his proposal to create the criminal offense of what he called trespass by an illegal alien, punishable by life in prison.
Let's do this right to protect our people because immigration is good. Illegal immigration is bad.
He has now pre-filed Senate Bill 72, which would certify citizen applicants to be bounty hunters to find and detain what it calls illegal aliens with a state-paid reward of $1,000 each.
Missourians expect us to find solutions and not point fingers and not point people out of a public lineup.
Democrat State Senator Brian Williams of St. Louis County says Gregory's new bill would potentially have devastating consequences for law-abiding Missourians.
Right now, it sounds like the public is going to not only get finger pointing, but potentially be at subject of various situations of discrimination.
A spokeswoman for the International Institute, which helps migrants and refugees resettle in St. Louis, says the immigrants and refugees we work with have made our region and country more welcoming, healthy, and prosperous for us all. She says that will continue in spite of any proposals like this.
I don't know how you do something like this without just stopping every brown person and demanding to see their papers.
The St. Louis immigration attorney, Javad Kazali, calls Gregory's bill un-American. He says it opens the state up to a great deal of costly litigation.
You're going to have some Puerto Rican walking down the street, gets tackled, and people are going to be like, we caught one. And they don't know that Puerto Ricans are Americans.
We reached Senator-elect Gregory, who said he was out of town and would get back to us later this week. He did not address his bill.
How about this next one? A proposed bounty hunter bill is putting the spotlight on immigration in Missouri. It aims to hand out big bucks for those handing over undocumented immigrants. And the man behind it is Republican State Senator-elect David Gregory, and it's already facing backlash. News Nation's Xavier Walton joins us live with more. Xavier, it sounds like something from the Wild Wild West. Is this even legal?
Hey, Marky, good morning. Anytime you start throwing out the word bounty, you certainly think about the Wild Wild West. But right now, as of right now, this is merely a proposal in the Missouri State Legislature offering up cold, hard cash if you will, for people to turn in undocumented immigrants. We are talking about Senate Bill 7-2. We're going to break it down for you. It would create an online portal for the public to report undocumented immigrants to the state's highway patrol. If that call or, say, message leads to an arrest, that person who notified authorities would be eligible for a $1,000 reward. SB 72 would also create a Missouri Illegal Alien Certified Bounty Hunter program, allowing everyday citizens to become bounty hunters for immigrants without the proper documents. Funding would come from the state, and immigration attorneys are already raising red flags.
I don't know how you do something like this without just stopping every brown person and demanding to see their papers. You're going to have some Puerto Rican walking down the street, gets tackled, and people are going to be like, we caught one. And they don't know that Puerto Ricans are Americans.
All right, obviously this comes as President-elect Donald Trump has promised mass deportations on illegal immigrants on day one. Trump saying repeatedly he would utilize the military to deport nearly 11 million people believed to be in the United States illegally. Now, some Democratic mayors of sanctuary cities like LA, Chicago, and Denver say they plan to defy those deportation orders. Denver Mayor Mike Johnston even saying he's not afraid of being jailed for resisting mass deportations. To that, Trump's Food for Borders czar Tom Homan says, quote, he's willing to go to jail. I'm willing to put him in jail. Now, the new session for Missouri lawmakers to weigh in if the bounty program could become a reality actually starts on June 8th. But, Marky, this really does point to something else. States are already preparing preemptively for when Donald Trump takes office on January 20th and starts with those mass deportations, Marky.
Yeah, states everywhere watching how this one plays out in Missouri.
Something big is coming.
Something really big is about to happen.
Something big is about to happen.
Something big is coming.
Does anyone get the feeling, like it's like a sinking feeling in your gut that there's just something just over the horizon? Something big is coming, right? It's not just me, right?
Is it just me, or does it feel like something really big is about to happen? I mean, you can literally feel the energy in the air, like something massive is about to break. And I personally believe it's going to be something far bigger than and even far bigger than 9/11. Now, I also think that this is all being primed by all of the drone sightings that we're seeing throughout America this week. And that the drone sightings very well could be psychological warfare on Americans in an effort to mentally prepare them for what's coming down the pike. So I think we should be prepared for things to escalate very, very quickly. Now, I also know that there are a lot of rogue groups and combat operators throughout the country that are preparing for some type of cataclysmic event. And what they're doing to prepare is well beyond my scope. But I do know that as Americans, we should simply stock up on things like dry goods and water and whatever else you think you might need for you and your family in the event of a grid shutdown.
To every person out there watching this, every chance you get, put a little something to the side. And I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about supplies. Any chance you get, make a little pantry under your house, in your attic, it doesn't matter. Try to start putting you some things to the side. Because if y'all ever wondered why all those bunkers were starting to be created within the last 3 to 4 years, I think if you take a look around and listen, you'll understand they knew something way before they were allowing us to know. And they still to this day don't want to inform us to exactly what they know is going on. So I'm pleading with everyone out there, just get yourselves and your family prepared. With talks of radiation, with talks of nuclear, with talks of the drones and the orbs and all these things, you and I both should know by now something big is about to happen. Not gonna happen, about to happen.
I want to talk about that unease that you're experiencing right now, that feeling that's sort of deep inside of your gut. It's the sort of, I don't know, displacement of knowing that you might be living through some of the last semi-normal weeks of your life, maybe of your generation, maybe of the next decade. A lot of people you know and love, or you thought you knew and loved and cared about, are telling you that it's not going to be that bad and that things are not, as dreadful as you might feel and that you're being dramatic. This is in spite of the fact that these are people who you thought you loved and they very clearly voted in a way that is going to put you and people you love and care about in danger. Now, when I talk about the fact that the media has sort of shifted almost 180, 360, whatever that shift is, and is very actively ignoring the oncoming threats that are headed towards us, that are barreling towards us, the rise of fascism, Christian nationalism, and authoritarianism, and the sort of dread that you have when you are literally watching an incoming president of the United States say that he is going to deport American citizens, and the growing realization that his Republican Congress is going to do whatever he wants, no matter how dangerous or no matter how scary. Watching on the news a Republican congressman say, when the president says jump, we say how high. And thinking to yourself, wait, I thought that my congressman or woman was supposed to go to Washington to be my voice, not the voice of the president. And the deep, unsettling parallels of history that you are watching unfold before you, and you've said to yourself, how could they have let that happen? And you are now saying to yourself, this is how they let that happen. And I know that you might be watching this video because you're looking for answers about what you're going to do, what we're going to do about all of this. But I think that it is important to sit and realize and sit in that feeling. And if no one else is telling you, I want to tell you, you are not alone. That feeling is your gut telling you something big is coming, something dangerous is coming, something scary is coming, something that is going to hurt literally thousands, if not millions of people.